It's finally here, a model by Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500 of the Boeing 787-10, not in the Boeing house colors, but in an actual airline livery. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Review. Today we will take a closer look at a Boeing 787-10 from Singapore Airlines. At the front of the box we have a very nice rendition of the aircraft itself, and we have the Singapore Airlines branding. On the back of the box we then find the Singapore Airlines branding once again, just as the rendition of the aircraft, and we are given a little bit of additional information. Now, before we dive into the review, it is worth mentioning that this aircraft model does come with a stand. And here she is, the Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner in the current livery of Singapore Airlines. The 787-10 is the third and so far longest version of the Dreamliner. If you want to purchase an aircraft model like this in Europe, it will probably set you back somewhere between 50 and 80 euros. So is it worth it? We will take a look. At the tail section of the aircraft we can find the iconic Singapore Airlines branding on the vertical stabilizer. On the fuselage we find the full registration code of the aircraft. Along the fuselage we then find the writing of Singapore Airlines and the Singaporean flag. At the very front of the aircraft, around the cockpit, we find, for example, the Starlines logo, and we also have the window wipers printed on. Just above the cockpit windows we also find the emergency hatch to the cockpit. One of the most difficult details on any Dreamliner version are the engine nacelles, for a very specific reason, because if we take a look here at the back side we can see the chevron nozzles, the rounded edges here at the back, and they are very difficult to pull off in plastic, as these engines are made of plastic. The rest of the model is mainly made of metal, but in this case Herpa has done a pretty good job. Also, if we look at the front from the engines, we can see here the engine fan blades, very well executed. And we do also have some nice detailing around the wings. Now, the wings for me on the Dreamliner are one of my favorite details, so it is important that they are very well executed in order for me to like an aircraft model. If we take a look here at the top side, we can see all the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. Also, the underside is quite decent, where we then also have the full registration code of the aircraft. As we are already on the underside, let's also take a look at the landing gear. Here we can see the main landing gear of the aircraft just underneath the wings. And here we have the front landing gear. While that is particularly well executed, I would wish for more markings being printed on, as we see with Herpa Club models. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here at the back side of the aircraft and here at the front side. So there we have it, the Boeing 787-10 from Singapore Airlines in scale 1 to 500 by Herpa Wings. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this aircraft model is quite pricey. Somewhere between 50 and 80 euros would be a price tag that you could expect for this aircraft model. Is it really worth that? The short answer is no. Although the aircraft model is really well executed, the physical details are great, and the print quality is excellent, I really can't fault it, but the price tag can simply not be justified. A Herpa Club model, any Herpa Club model, has way more details than this. Now you might ask yourself, why is this aircraft model so pricey? The simple reason is that this aircraft model is pretty much only sold directly from Singapore Airlines or in shops around Asia, so you can't really get it many places in Europe. And if you find it in a shop in Europe, well, it will be quite rare, which increases the price tag, and it would have been imported, which also increases the price tag. So that is why this aircraft model is so expensive in Europe. But I honestly don't think it's worth it. Now, despite my judgment of this aircraft model, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have so, then do feel free to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. With that, you show your support for the series and the channel. And if you're new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome, and you won't miss out on any future review. And with that, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.